One more hard cut at the end of the episode shows us Cinder and her posse arriving at the chop shop, and yes, she's still sporting her singular sleeve Phantom of the Opera mask look. Don't worry, it'll be explained, not in Volume 5, but it will get addressed. Meanwhile, Emerald and Mercury are relatively unchanged, barring a quieter streak to Emerald, who appears to be running on limited hours of sleep. Watts asks how their little powwow with the Pinnacle of the Pits went, and Cinder says they traded points, but by the end of things, his eyes were glassing over. Their friends from the Fang stayed behind to explain things to him a little more clearly. Watts hums how unfortunate that is for the man, but so long as they got the information, it's not much of a loss. She did get the information, didn't she? Cinder narrows her eyes at Watts and scoffs that of course she did. He tells her not to get so indignant. She's the one that set the precedent with her failure at Beacon. Emerald steps forward to defend Cinder, growling that she didn't fail at Beacon. She got the Maiden Power and killed Ozpin. Missing a relic doesn't mean she failed. Watts says, "Of course, because failing to acquire the thing Salem wants most, now that's what success sounds like. And we'll ignore how unfazed she was to learn of Ozpin's death." Cinder is about to respond when Mercury finally steps in, saying it might be fun to bicker for the better part of an hour, but they have plans to make, and they've seen how Salem treats failure. The group react poorly to that statement, all recoiling in their own severity and style, though Emerald's is the most pronounced, openly wincing at the thought. Watts agrees with Mercury and asks if Cinder has the location. She hands over her scroll and says, "Locations, plural," since the reports within the spider web weren't very well organized. Watts grimaces at the list of locations and says it'll take some time to narrow things down, and they're still going to have to do some searching on foot. All the same, with all the experience she, Emerald, and Mercury have killing huntsmen the last few months, this should be a veritable walk in the park for them. Turning back to his computer, he asks how Cinder feels about doing some community service and wiping a bandit tribe or two from existence. Cinder smiles, and her eyes flash with maiden power, the screen going to black, lingering on that glimmer.